Hey everyone. So we will just. There's something I want to talk about that's kind of been a topic of discussion amongst myself with some customers and some people like on Facebook groups and stuff. So we'll do the kind of standard thing where I'll just walk around and video the fish around the shop, just because that'll be more fun than me just talking. But I will talk over it and kind of discuss what I'm wanting to discuss. So here we go. So the thing that I wanted to kind of discuss, or at least, discuss is probably the right word. The thing I wanted to discuss was the whole idea and concept of like the bottled bacteria products and what they have to do with like how to actually cycle a tank or negotiate, cycle crashes, the old, what do they call it, old tank syndrome, all these kind of things. Personally, so you'll notice it's something we get asked about a lot, and we don't sell the bottled bacteria products like your, Seachem Stability, API, what do they call it? Quick Start, Nutrifin Cycle. I'm sure there's others, but they're all kind of the same idea. We don't sell any of those. What we do instead is we offer like cycled media. So what we'd do for cycled media, like for example, would be we'd just come over here, and this is the sump on the African cichlid display tank, and we'll just pull some out of somewhere, like some of the cycled media, and give it to you in a bag, like in a fish bag, same as how if you buy a fish or a plant, and then you can go chuck that in your filter with some fish or some sort of ammonia source, and then they will, like the bacteria's in there, in that cycled media, will colonize your other filter media and your tank, etc., and process the waste of the fish and like decomposing food and like all this kind of thing, and then give you a nice healthy tank that is not going to need you to be adding like X amount of stability every single day or whatever. There is a lot of, so like this is kind of a two-parter of an answer. There is a lot of evidence to suggest that they don't do anything, the bottle bacterias, like your stability and such. If you are, send me a message or something, I would be more than happy to link some of them to you. The studies, I can send them to you. But basically, yeah, they don't really do anything. So oftentimes it leads to people having problems with their new tanks having high levels of ammonia or nitrite, and kind of just throwing this expensive, don't get me wrong, it is expensive solution into the water that doesn't really do anything. That is a problem, obviously, because especially new people, if you're not having success with a new hobby, or even on the pathway to success, you're not going to enjoy it, and you're going to get out of it and go ride a motorcycle or get some houseplants or do something else, basically, which is obviously no good for the hobby. We don't want to see that, so we're trying to set people up to have success where possible. And the bottle bacteria supplements aren't really a good sort of vehicle to be enabling people to have success, because simply put, they don't do enough. Like, if they do work, maybe they do work a little bit, maybe they help a little bit, but basically they don't help enough for it to make enough of a difference for people to be having success with their tanks and getting everything up and running, or for kind of resolving these issues as they crop up. The other what's it called, thing that people say that they like to use it for, that you hear quite a lot often, is whenever you're messing with your filter, like be it cleaning it out or like taking some cycle media out to start a new tank or whatever. Oftentimes you'll hear people say that they like to chuck some stability, for example, in, and then let it go, just to kind of top that up, that bacteria population that's been lost. And I mean, does that work? Yeah, I don't know. I don't think so. If you think so, that's up to you, but well, I don't agree. But even so, if you've got a healthy cycled tank, it's not gonna make enough difference for it to be worth that extra cost, in my opinion. Your beneficial bacteria that are living in your filter or on your surfaces in your tank will be able to multiply fast enough where they can kind of replace and like fill the void of any bacteria that have been removed or died or whatever, without it causing a ammonia spike or other problem in your tank. And it is kind of, any money that you do spend on stability, for example, can be spent in a much better way, and in a way that's gonna bring you more success in your fish keeping, which is why we're here at the end of the day. We're all here to, no one wants to kill a fish, basically. So yeah, I mean, I would really urge people to look more critically at it. If you are setting up a new tank, please, I urge you to, doesn't have to be from me, you can get it from other hobbyists or other shops, I'm sure, or anything like that. Get some cycle media from somewhere and you will have much better results than, say, dumping a bottle of stability in the tank, or putting stability in every water change. That's the one that that's the one that I think is really problematic. Is a lot of shops will recommend you do it at every water change along with like your prime, for example, and I think that's just crazy, to be honest. That's just gonna, all that is, in my opinion, is just trying to get you to spend more money. Because like obviously, so like for example, I'll show you the prime. The prime here, or any of these kind of do the same job. They're the dechlorinators. But like, say you're buying a bottle of 500ml prime, and that's lasting you like 6 months. You can either spend $55 for the prime, but telling people to add stability is just doubling that, so you get $110 every 6 months or whatever. And I think that is just there's no reason to be adding stability or whatever to your tank. It's crazy, to be honest, and I would really recommend that you don't, because you don't need to. If your tank's set up in cycle, getting rid of the chlorine's all you need to do, and you will be fine. You will have success. And I hate to see people spending their money on stuff that they don't need, that doesn't work, most importantly, and then wondering why they're having problems. And I think it is a result of some bad advice that people get. Like, as an industry, I think we should be doing a lot better to set people up to be having success, because at the end of the day, that's all that matters. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that all makes sense to you or not. That's kind of just my thoughts on the whole stability thing. Well, like, I say stability because it's the most popular, but like, bottled bacteria thing as a whole is basically, if your tank's set up, you don't need it. If you're setting up your tank, there's other ways to get your tank cycled that are, number one, not going to cost you as much money, number two, be more successful, and just give you a better experience with the hobby in general. So yeah, I would really urge, if anyone wants to discuss it more or has any questions or whatever, please contact me, and I'll be more than happy to kind of run you through it, or like discuss it, or like answer any questions or whatever. But yeah, that's kind of just my thoughts. So yeah, thank you guys very much for watching. If you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe. And yeah, I really look forward to hearing what you guys have to say about it. Thanks.